Hi and welcome back to my channel. So I am doing a festival makeup look, and this look was inspired by Lani Radicorn from Adventure Time. So yeah. So first I am applying a moisturizer that has a sunscreen in it, and it's going to be really important that you use sunscreen since you're going to plan on being out in the sun. So then I am mixing more sunscreen, and this is just an SPF 50 with my foundation, and applying that onto my face. When you do this, you want to make sure that you really buff the foundation sunscreen mixture into your face, and then you set it, because this stuff needs to be set unless you just want to look extra dewy and then have it melt off your face. So here I'm just priming my eyelids and my eyebrows to make sure that my eyebrows don't go anywhere, along with my eyeshadow. And I'm using Urban Decay's Original Primer Potion. Then I'm taking NYX Cosmetics Tame and Frame Brow Pomade in the color Black, and I'm just doing my eyebrows. And now I'm just taking a setting powder and setting the primer on my eyelid. Next, taking Siren Cosmetics Cherry Bomb Pigment, I'm just going to create the line of the shape of the eyeshadow I'm going to be doing. And then after I create the shape, I'm going to go through and kind of add some explosions to the inner corner. That's the only way I know how to describe this. Explosions, lines, I don't know. And then taking Siren Cosmetics Pigment in Astro, I'm just going to go right beside that cherry color and apply that in some more little explosions. And then I'm taking Fierce Kitty Cosmetics Pigment in the color Leashed, and I'm applying that as the next color. And basically I'm just doing like a rainbow. So the next color I'm using is Colourpop Cosmetics Kimono, and that's just being applied in the same fashion. The next color I'm using is Colourpop Cosmetics Ibiza, and all of these are just being applied with either thin paint brushes or eyeliner brushes. Then I'm taking Urban Decay Cosmetics Fringe from the Electric palette, and I'm adding a little bit of dimension to the Ibiza color. And then I'm taking Chaos and going back over the Kimono color. And then I will be taking Urban from the Electric palette and going back over Leashed. And this is just going to make the colors pop a little bit more. Then I'm taking Fierce Kitty Cosmetics Cat Got Your Tongue, and I'm applying that outside of the Ibiza Fringe mixture. And then I'm taking this green color from Take Me to Brazil, and I'm adding that to add a little bit of vibrancy to the Cat Got Your Tongue. And then I'm applying Freak at the very end. And then I'm mixing that with a little bit of Gonzo, so it can be like multicolored, because we need more color on a rainbow, right? And then I'm taking Cherry Bomb, and I'm just taking that on a flat shadow brush, and I'm kind of sharpening up the original points on the inner corner of my eyes. Then taking NYX Cosmetics Liquid Liner in 24 Karat, I am just going over the line, half of the line, and making a gold line, and then I'm just adding some gold streaks throughout the shadow. And then I'm taking Sugar Pills Lumi Pigment Inglot's 45 Pigment, and I'm applying that on the inner corners of my eyes, and I'm using NYX Cosmetics Milk Jumbo Pencil as a base. And then taking Lumi, I'm just going to add some streaks throughout the rainbow. And this will add like more dimension to the colors. And then I'm just doing a winged liner. I started out using Benefit's push-up liner, and then I ended up using Inglot's 77 gel liner. then I'm taking NYX Cosmetics Wonder Pencil in the shade Medium, and I'm using that and applying it on my waterline. And then I am pointing the inner corners of my eyes, and I'm basically creating a new lash line, bottom lash line, with a liner. And while I'm doing this, I'm also creating a second wing. I'm just taking a little concealer and going over any creasing that might have happened because I have hooded eyelids. And then I also use some concealer to further white out my waterline and to white out the space between the two double wings. And here I'm just applying mascara, and then I'm going to be applying House of Lashes Iconic Lashes. And then I'm going to be applying Lashes in Precious. And when I apply these, I'm applying it to that new lower lash line that I created.
Raise the line, you can take your time. Ready, set, go. Raise the time, raise the line. You can.
And then I'm taking NYX Cosmetics Color Mascara in the shade Blue, and I'm applying that liberally on both the top and the bottom lashes. And then I'm taking Kimono on a angled brush, and I'm just going over the bottom lash line to kind of smoke that out a bit. And then the bottom lash line wasn't as dark as I had wanted it to be, so I'm taking a matte liquid liner and I'm just going over that line again. So once you finish that, I'm just going to contour my face. I skipped highlighting because if you're going to be out in the sun, you don't really want a cakey face. It's just going to melt and not feel good. So I'm just contouring my face. And then I'm adding a little bit of blush. This is NYX Cosmetics HD Blush in Glow. And then I'm using a setting powder to set my face to make sure this sunscreen foundation didn't go anywhere. And then the lipstick, Revlon Pink Truffle, and I'm applying that with no lip liner just because you kind of just want it to be simple and easy. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see. Bye!